Welcome to Summarize Science. Have you ever wondered if an AI can tell the difference between a simple copy and the deeper essence of a story? Researchers recently conducted a massive study called SemEval 2026 Task 4 to find out. They focused on narrative similarity, which isn't just about using the same names or settings. It is about the underlying patterns of causality and how a plot progresses from start to finish. To make this measurable, they defined three key categories for judging a story. First is the course of action, or the specific sequence of events that take place. Second is the outcomes, which are the final results of everything that happened in the plot. Finally, they look at the abstract theme, which covers the motifs and underlying messages regardless of the setting. The researchers split their challenge into two different tracks for AI models to compete in. In Track A, the systems were given 3 stories and had to pick which candidate was most like a reference story. In Track B, the AI had to create mathematical representations of a story's meaning called embeddings. They used synopses from Wikipedia because shorter texts are easier for current computers to process while still capturing the core plot. Human annotators were used to create the gold standard for what similarity actually looks like. Interestingly, the researchers found that this is a highly subjective task even for people. They noted that outcomes were often the biggest factor in human decisions, followed by the general course of action. Because it is so subjective, they even included difficult cases where different human experts disagreed with one another. When the results came in, some systems performed surprisingly well, with the top model reaching 78% accuracy. Most of the best-performing systems used ensembles, which are groups of different AI models working together. These models often broke stories down into different aspects before making a final judgment. It turns out that thinking about a story in separate pieces helps the AI understand the whole much better. One of the most fascinating findings was the strong connection between narrative similarity and genre. Systems that were good at finding similar stories were also naturally better at identifying if stories belonged to the same category. This suggests that the way a story is structured is fundamentally linked to the type of story it is. However, the AI models still have a long way to go before they match the nuanced intuition of a human reader. They also highlighted challenging examples where the AI often got confused by things like setting or tone. For example, a story about a jungle safari might seem similar to a Tarzan story on the surface, but the underlying plot could be completely different. These hard cases are where the real room for improvement lies in the future of narrative science. To recap, this study provided a massive new dataset to help AI learn the logic of storytelling. It moved away from matching keywords and toward understanding the deeper themes that make a story work. In the future, this could lead to AI that can help writers find plot holes or even suggest better thematic endings. Understanding how we perceive stories is a huge step toward creating machines that truly understand human culture.